Melee attacks and Caterpillar upgrade, as well as centrifugal hooks. So it looks like we might have some kind of bangling play. As where did those mutas go? Looks like they poked their head in for a minute. One did go down, and the mutas are going to pull back. So yes, we do have banglings. The centrifugal hooks are indeed on the way. Upgrades coming down for the Zerg player. If we look, we do have 5 banglings being morphed in. Lots of upgrades. Seeker missile upgrade, we did see that last game, even though I don't think it was ever used, or maybe it was the game before that, for the Terran player with the Ravens, as he does have 2 Ravens, and they would just be very good against the mutas with the Hunter Seeker missile. More banglings, more lings, well, lots of banglings actually, being morphed in for the Zerg player. Concussive shell just now being researched, so probably going to go a little bit more Marauder heavy, as he was producing a lot of Marines due to the fact there is a reactor here. Putting up the units tab, there is a total of 51 drones over, or 51 SCVs over 41 drones. That's not a good position to be in if you're a Zerg player, but the Zerg player is indeed going for a second base, a third base rather. Back at the units tab though, we do have 41 Marines, so wow, these banglings are going to be really good against that. There's 17 banglings that will be able to make quick work of those Marines if he can get a good flank, good surround. But we do see, very similar build for the Terran player, transitioning into Marauders and tanks. Siege mode probably already on the done. Wow, more Ravens, so that's like 3 Ravens total now. We do have another base for the Terran player coming down at his expo. Probably going to lift off and try to secure this very hard to secure actually expo, but it's the next best one. Looks like we might have some kind of confrontation though. Zerg player is trying to split up his units, trying to split up his banglings. Burrow is not done. Burrow actually wouldn't even be very good anyways, due to the fact that the Terran player does have so many Ravens. So, but the Zerg player is trying to get some kind of split on his units, so we could perhaps get a flank on this huge ball of Marines and Marauders that would just totally null and void all of those infantry units. And of course he does have mutas to deal with the tanks, and I also believe he has infestors to deal with this infantry ball. So a nice fungal growth followed up with some banglings will just be is the move that the Zerg player needs. Muta's going to try to bait these infantry units forward just a little bit. Alright, so here we go. The Zerg player is coming forth. Going to try to throw down some fungal growth. Nice fungal growth going down. Bangling's just getting rid of this huge clump right here. This the bigger clump though does decide to pull back. These mutas are totally out of position. They need to pull back, get regroup with the infestors, try to make another engagement towards this huge ball of Marines, get some more nice fungal growths off, and get some more banglings in the face of the Terran player. Doesn't look like there's going to be a huge engagement. There might be. The very low hit point mutas. So here we go. Lots of infestors, lots of mutas, or lots of banglings coming forward. Nice little fungal growth here. But wow, just the not very good management with the banglings. They exploded prematurely, but there was some really nice fungal growths here, soften up these Marines by a lot. Looking back at the, well, we are on the production tab, so we do have a ton more banglings being morphed in. If he can hold this off, the Zerg player can hold this off for these banglings to complete, and perhaps roll these into this huge ball right here. That would just be so good, as 1 to 2 banglings, maybe 3, could probably kill off these very low hit point Marines. As it looks like the Zerg player was able to snipe off nearly all the medevacs. So this one tank is just going to kind of sit here and hold this Zelnaga watchtower. Well, it's going to pull back now, it looks like. Hatchery was shot down for the Zerg player, LaLuSh, as he's trying to mass back up. It does look like he has the Carapace level 2 upgrades, and indeed an Ultralisk Cavern coming back up. So he's going to try the Ultralisk thing one more time, as he may have saw this Thor, may have not, but he does know there's lots of tanks and lots of infantry, which Ultralisks are just very good against. A couple of Lings going to sit here and peck away at these rocks. They do have 3,000 health and I believe 3 armor. It's going to take them a while to chomp through that, but perfect scan going down here. He sees what he's dealing with. Lots of Lings, lots of banglings, and a couple of infestors. I do not believe Neuroparasite has been researched. No, it has not. But if he can get a nice couple of fungal growths off on these Marauders, and roll forth with these Marines, or with these Lings and Banglings into the Marines, that would be just so good. But it doesn't appear that he felt he was in position to do such a thing, so he did pull back. Probably going to try to mass up, but we do not want to see a repeat of last game where the Terran player pushed the Zerg player back into his base and was not able to expand, and eventually ran out of minerals and just couldn't get out of his base with a huge Ultralisk. But we do have 3 Ultralisks on the way, chitinous plating about halfway done. We do have level 2 armors and weapons, and the Cadius reactor. I've never even heard of that. Maybe I've heard of it, I just never heard it called that. So I'm not sure what that does. Maybe it's for the Thors. I do apologize, I'm not completely sure. But we do have Lings and Banglings with the Infestors pushing back down towards this Elnaga Watchtower. He did note that there was indeed a planetary fortress here. Decided to pull back, as that just wouldn't be a very good battle for the Zerg player. Looking at the units tab, do we have, yes, 2 Ultralisks already in play. Still 24 Banglings, just 39 Harvesters over 42. So there must have been, there may have been some kind of harassment that I missed. I do apologize for that. There may have been some kind of harassment, because I do believe the Terran player was ahead in SCP counts by a lot more than that. Maybe there wasn't, though. Looks like these rocks are broken down, and the Ultralisk are just going to chomp away at these buildings. Able to make really quick work of that build. Going to push through with 3 more Ultralisks, catching this Terran player way out of position. Nice fungal growth going down on these Marines. The Marines are going to explode as Banglings come through and just make quick work of all these Marauders. Wow. Not much left of the Terran army, but a Thor and a couple of Marauders. But the Banglings just, of course, suicided themselves into that group, so there's also not much left for the Zerg player either. Looking at the unit tab, though, 128 over 82, that's a fairly large lead for the Terran player. 3 base Terran versus a 2 base Zerg is just never good. But I believe that Zerg player LaLuSh did make the best he could of that attack. Wiped out a lot of units, and perhaps is still in this game as he's trying to secure his second natural again. Should be almost mined out at the main, yes. About halfway at his expo, as the Terran player is completely mined out at his main. Almost mined out at his expo due to the mule advantage and lots of SCVs being transferred down here. Looks like the Terran player is going to throw up an expo at the gold, though, as the Zerg player is holding this watchtower. Sees this missile turret and this supply depot. Not sure if he knows if there's siege tanks here, but I believe he does know there's a planetary fortress. So a couple of Ultralisks, couple of Lings, and a couple of Infestors, and more Ultralisks on the way indeed. But this chitinous plating is complete. That means these things have 5 armor, and they do have level 2 upgrades. So they do very much damage against, very much, that's not right. They do a lot of damage against armored units. As you can see, 43 damage against armored units. So tanks and I believe Marauders are, yes, they are indeed armored. Just going to rip through these tank stores and Marines here. Looks like maybe some kind of defensive. Oh no, sorry, missed a little attack down here. So looks like this command center was cancelled due to this large number of Lings down here. Looks like LaLuSh is looking to secure the gold itself. So the Terran player Naama is just going to build a command center there. So huge battle going down right here. Lots of Ultrals coming in. Lots of Lings coming in. These Ultras are going to try to tromp through these Thors and these tanks. Does a very good job doing that. Nice fungal growth going down on these Marines, softening them up by a lot, but it does look there's only one lone Ultralisk here to deal with these Marines, and that's just not going to work. One more Ultralisk just looks like it might have spawned. A lot of low hit point Marines, but there are a lot of supporting units such as tanks and Marauders, and these medevacs are able just to heal these Marines so fast. So it doesn't look like there's much LaLuSh can do, as he does say pretty bad GG. Not sure what he was referring to, if it was pretty bad move on his part, or if he's complaining about maybe some imbalance or something like that. I'm not too sure. Let's see, it does look like he was sitting on a decent number of minerals, but again, this 3-base Terran was just up for way too long to deal with it with a 2-base Zerg, and the Terran had way more drones, or SCVs rather. Looks like we'll be moving on to a 4th game in this series, best of 7. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.